Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time watching, then welcome. Today I'm going to be doing another first for my channel because 2020 is the year for, I don't know, new things, fresh things that we've never done before. So today I'm going to be following along with a Nikkietutorials makeup tutorial. I haven't actually ever sat down and followed along with a tutorial. I usually just kind of watch tutorials to get some tips and tricks and just get inspiration. This will be my first time, so I'm not sure how it's going to go, but hopefully it will go okay. And obviously I don't have the same products as Nikkietutorials, so hopefully I can try and get a good substitute for all the products that she's using, but we'll just see how that goes as things progress. So let's get on into the video. Okay.
It is a moisturizer that perfectly preps the skin for all the pains. So in here are pineapple enzymes that retexturize and re-moisturize the skin. Now moving on.
Okay, so she applies a moisturizer. It's a Marc Jacobs moisturizer. I don't have anything from Marc Jacobs, so I'm using my Isano Rose Hip Moisturizer. It's just what I use every day. And let's get that from Woolworths. And I'll just rub that in. Next step.
Onto primer. Primer is really essential if you want your makeup to last. So I like to take just a tiny bit of this. You definitely don't need a lot. And I kind of tap it into the skin. Tap, tap, tap. And it creates that blurry filter. And it smells amazing. It smells like coconut. So.
Okay. I'm going to be using my KVD Vegan Beauty Lock-It Concealer for this. And she just, I think, puts it on her hands and taps it in. I've never applied my primer like this before. I wonder if this is going to be a better way for me to do this from now on. That's what we want. We want to be learning new tips and tricks.
Now you guys know I love this one. This is by Makeup Revolution. It is the Conceal and Define Foundation. That is the foundation I'm going to be going in with today. Just full coverage. It looks like skin. It looks beautiful. Okay, let's start working that into the skin. And make sure that if you want full coverage from your product, to tap that sponge onto the skin. So no smearing, no dragging, up and down, short tapping motions. Now look at that. Ooh. It's got a beautiful, healthy shine to it.
I'm using my KVD Vegan Beauty Lock-It foundation, and I haven't used a sponge to apply my foundation in so long, like probably almost a whole year. So this is weird for me. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm just going to move on to the next step.
I love makeup so much. For concealer today, I'm using the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer.
Okay. So I'm just going to try and copy how she's applied this. I feel like this is a lot, but she's like spreading it out heaps, so I'm going to do the same. I'm using my Shape Tape concealer because obviously I don't have the same concealer as her.
So I always start tapping the bottom of the concealer first, to make sure that everything that's like sort of on the cheeks is blended to perfection.
Okay, I'm not at that stage yet.
That, look at that, ooh, flawless. And then you look up and you barely tap underneath the eye. So you get the most coverage. Hey Jackie Ina, thank you for the tip, honey. Barely tap the under eye, like straight to the lashes. So it remains the most coverage ever.
I don't know, at this stage it feels like, I don't know, it just doesn't look right to me. I feel like there was too much product, but I don't know. We'll just keep going and see how this goes.
Beauty Pro Filter Powder and Butter.
Okay, so she sets her whole face using I don't know if it's a loose powder, but she uses the same powder for her whole face. So I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. This really is nothing like what she's done, but I'm going to use a brush because I don't have like one of those little sponge things. I've also never done this before. I normally use like a powder foundation for this part, just for like, I don't know, extra coverage or something. I don't know what the deal is, like, does Nikkietutorials like not have any pimples? I feel like she doesn't because she never like put any concealer on anything, and like I've got pimples that are like showing through, especially this humongous one which will not go away and it's been there for like 3 weeks. Alright, we'll roll with it, Okay, next.
Quickly went off camera to do my brows and to do the first eye, and as you can see, it is a very smoky, sculpted summer, any season really type.
Okay, I'm going to do the same then, so I will go off camera and do my eyebrows and then come back. Hopefully this goes okay because I normally do my eyebrows before my foundation and all that, so if I make a mistake, yeah, I don't know what I'll do if I make a mistake, so hopefully I don't. Okay, I'm back. They're not the best brows that I've ever done, but brows nonetheless. Now let's see what Nikki has to say.
Type of look. I mean, when you look at all the inspiration, one thing that really speaks to me is that overall the look is very matte when it comes to the eyes. So let's start it off. Let's Optimus Prime.
I already did this step.
The palette I'll be dipping into today is by ColourPop and Becky G, and this is Salvaje. And I'm going in with this color right here, and that is called Carmelo. And with this, we're gonna build our structure. I pick up that color.
Okay, I'm going to be using my Venus XL palette because I think it has some similar colors.
Color on a Morphe M433 brush, and I start placing it. I look straight into my mirror, so not like down or up. I look straight into my mirror, and I place that color on the outside of my crease, but above my crease. This is the first step. If you're following your own natural lines, if you have hooded eyes like I do, it's all just gonna fall down and nobody's gonna see it. So we gotta go in and create our own height. So I look forward and I go above where my natural crease is, and I start stamping in that color. Now, like I said, this look is very sculpted, so I'm also bringing it onto the lid and blending it in towards the eye, more towards the lash line for a smoky liner look. Then I go ahead and pick up more and place it right here on that outer corner, cover that entire lid, and now you see that the outer portion of your eye is completely covered. But we need to find our angle. And I think the best angle for like a winged out sculpted shape like this is by just following the waterline. So like right there. Just tapping it in. Pulling up into that crease. Okay, now that you've got that outer corner down, it is time.
I don't know, man. This does not look like hers.
To build more structure in your crease. So just softly, I pick up more of that color and I start bringing it in towards the center of my eye. Just using soft circular motions. I'm barely touching the skin. And see, we're going in, baby. I'm bringing it in, but almost slanting up towards like this portion of the brow. we're basically hitting that. So we're going up, 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 honey.
Her brush is fluffier than mine.
And we're gonna do something scary, but have faith. We're talking about makeup here, but have faith. We're gonna go up onto that brow to like the first third of the brow, and then down towards this portion of sort of like the side of the nose bridge. So basically the shape is like going out like a cat shape, into the crease, up to that brow, down towards this portion here. Does that make any sense? The most scary part is getting it into that brow. I'm blending into my brow and bringing it towards this nose line, we call it here. Now a little trick is to sort of like
not at that point, yeah. I feel like this is very hard. And hers is like more angled, like more winged. Yep, it doesn't look anything like hers. I don't know what type of brush I should have been using. Maybe something like, more like this.
Push it into the front of the brow so you know where you're going. Little circles into the front of the brow, brushing downwards. Do the magic for you. Then,
okay, I just realized I don't have it further along on my eyelid, so I need to like bring it more like there. Okay, I think that's kind of God, this light is a lot harder than I was expecting, to be honest. Alright, let's just continue.
then I pick up a Morphe M562 and I'm placing that brush flat against my skin. And from that sort of structure, you want to kind of scratch above it to create your fade. This, by holding the brush like this against the cheek and sort of like waving at the blend, you're giving it that soft haze. I'm barely touching it. And for this outer corner here, since we're doing that pulled out shape, really softly fade that out. From that same palette, I'm taking the dark brown called Cafecito. I'm tapping it on. As soon as you take a dark color like this and you start swirling it onto the eye, you will have fallout for days, honey. So be cautious. I'm stamping it on, blending it into the mix, and getting the drama. Okay, for the lid, I'm now taking Luna, that matte white, sort of like really like beigey light shade. And you can opt for a shimmery shade here. I just love the beauty of having an all matte eye with this type of look. I don't know, it's like really hitting all the feels for me. So I'm just setting that portion that we haven't really done much with yet. With this shade, you can go all the way up and kind of reinforce the contrast between light and dark. See what I'm doing? I'm giving it back that height.
I do not know about this. I'm definitely nowhere near as good as Nikkietutorials, that's for sure.
On color Cafecito, and I'm stamping it onto where I would normally apply a liquid liner, so onto the lash line. And this creates for a very soft but effective smoked out lash line.
At least that's one part that I can do well, I guess. Okay.
For the lower lash line, I take Caramello and I just stamp it on. And don't drag it in too far, because with a lot of the shapes on the bottom, I'm seeing a lot of darkness towards the corner, and then as it fades in on the lower lash line, it becomes lighter and lighter. So I'm definitely channeling that. So now that I'm reaching that outer corner here, I'm going in with Cafecito and bringing the sculpted drama. I think it is super important to connect the lower lash line to the outer corner here to make it one.
Okay, I'm actually starting to like it. It's definitely growing on me. I don't think I'm doing like a terrible job.
Is vital to this look is opening up the waterline using a nude or white pencil. My favorite is by Paaarty, the cream gel liner, and this one is in the color Honeydew. Okay, that is it sculpting wise and shadow wise. Now pop on your favorite pair of lashes and bottom mascara, and I'll be right back. All right.
Okay, lashes. Where did I put the lashes I was going to use? Oh, they're right there. Duh. So I'm going to use my Exo Beauty Foaming Lashes in the style Illusion. Okay, I've got my lashes on, so that is the eye look complete. It's interesting. It's definitely something I wouldn't do normally. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to think, but let's keep watching and finish off this tutorial.
All right, time for the cheeks, and the face portion is really, really important to this look because when you look at all the inspiration, a lot of structure is happening on the eyes, but even more structure is happening on the face. So I'm going in with my Marc Jacobs bronzer in Tantric, and then really high up, like I'm on my highlighting spot, I start swirling in that warmth. You don't want to take it too far in, about like halfway of the cheeks, but keep it high up, baby. And then if you have a large forehead, 10 head like I do, you're gonna love this trend because we are here to cut it in half. Guys, how do you feel about the in-depth sort of makeup tutorial that I'm doing today? It brings me back. I feel like I don't do them as much anymore because there's basically not a lot of demand for it. So I hope that you guys are liking it, even if it's just a little less of a bunch than usual. So yeah, let me know how you think these videos are and if you still enjoy them. One super important thing is to contour the nose like nobody's business. A contoured, perfected nose in this look is vital. So I take my brush that has my bronzer and I just kind of scratch it over it to give myself that warmth. I just focus on getting that color and that shape first, and I will focus about the shape after once I start carving it out. But it's missing that connection from that inner portion to the nose contour. So I take a fluffy brush and I just connect that inner portion of the eye to the nose to give myself that structure. So like I said, now it just looks like warmth. Now it just looks like a blob of bronzer on the nose. So I'm gonna take a face powder and a dry beauty sponge and carve out the sides and the top to give it shape. So I almost come from that inner corner direct onto the sides of my nose. So inner corner, drag it down. And I'm also going to take a little bit and apply red here on the bridge to get that. See? And now you've got a very sculpted nose. But of course, you don't want to leave it like this. That's how a little extreme. So I take a big face.
Oh my god. This is why I don't do nose contour. Okay.
Brush, and I kind of dust away the edges, and that leaves you with a perfectly contoured, snatched nose. without all the fuss, without like drawing lines, blending out the lines. It's a quick way to get a perfect snatched nose.
I don't know about this nose contour. It's not looking very contoured to me. I look like I've just got a brown ass smudge there. That does not look good. Oh well, moving on.
Whisper of Max blush in peaches, and also more up towards the side. Not really on the apple, we're really creating this like slanted, structured base. So more towards where the bronzer is too. For highlighter today, going in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter in Blue Time. Oh, deadly. And you know, that sort of dew is always going on, so I'm also popping the slightest bit on my forehead, on the chin, and of course I'm going to do the tip of my nose.
Looks like she also put some here, so I'm going to put some there as well.
Another iconic portion of the look. Overdrawn, penciled, nude, glossy lips. So I always pull my lip in like this, like, huh? And then I just kind of create the McDonald's sign on my cute smile. Like that. Now, of course, you can go bigger. You can create that half circle right here, but I like it like this. Now I'm just going to frame the lip. For lipstick, I'm taking the KW Beauty Nude Lipstick number 1. You want this to be nude, honey. So I definitely bring it up to that lip liner. I think it's weird if you just stay below it and sort of just like sitting there. So blend this in with the contours you just went to those lips. And ooh, do you see the fantasy coming along? Boom! Some setting spray and we're done.
Okay, so that is the end of the tutorial. I think I did a pretty good job, but like it definitely is not as good as Nikkie's. But yeah, I will give you guys a close-up. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. Please let me know down below what you think of the look, and if you think I did a good job. I'm still undecided on whether I did a good job or not. Also, let me know down below if there are any tutorials you would like to see me follow along with next, and I will try to get those done for you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then please thumbs up and subscribe and tick that little bell button so you can get notified every time I post a new video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.